Ed McMahon along with Tommy Newsom and the NBC Orchestra inviting you to join Johnny and his guests, Jack Lemmon, Will Shriner, and Buddy Rich. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Obviously, you started the eggnog early this year. You're in a good mood tonight. Thank you for coming. Hiya, Tom. How are you?
Very well.
You know Tommy, our Cabbage Patch musician? Has anybody been able to buy a Cabbage Patch doll yet? Anybody? Did you really get one? What'd you have to spend for it? I got to jump on next year. I bought a rutabaga doll today. Anyway, we got a good show tonight. Funny thing happened to me today. I saw a magazine without Joan Collins on the cover. Most of you from out of town? Okay, Holiday season, it's great to see things in Southern California, but people always go to the same places. You go to Disneyland, Marineland. I recommend the city of Burbank. No, it's very pretty out. By the way, if the lights dim during the monologue, somebody told me, it's very possible because at this very moment they are lighting the Christmas tree in Burbank. So, they got 2 sets of lights.
2 sets.
Anyway, I recommend, have you had dinner yet? Let me recommend a new place here in Burbank, a new Japanese restaurant. Sushi R Us. And their big dish is chicken kamikaze. What happened? Live chicken comes to your table and does a jackknife onto the grill, right? Did I hear you got your Christmas card yesterday?
From the White House, yes, sir.
From the White House?
Yes, sir.
From the president?
Yeah.
United States.
Beautiful card.
My, what?
I said it's a beautiful card.
You got a
Yeah.
Christmas card from
The same time that Fred got his.
The green room.
Yeah. The green room, it's just lovely.
Mine's probably, probably in the mail. Probably trying to locate me. I did get it. Yeah, but I got a candygram from Mr. and Mrs. Harold Stassen. Did you get that? How many of you saw the front page picture? I guess it made every picture in the country today. At the White House?
Yeah.
Nancy Reagan. At a White House Christmas party, sitting on the lap of Mr. T. I guess who was there to play Santa Claus? Yeah. Not to be outdone. Walter Mondale today was photographed on Nell Carter's lap. Yes, you know. A weird picture. Mr. T came with all the equipment. He had a red suit, pack of toys, a sleigh pulled by 8 Dobermans. I don't know. Mr. T is kind of making intimidating Santa Claus, wouldn't he? What you want, fool? Anyway, it was a nice party at the White House, and presidential counselor Ed Meese was late getting to the party. He was reading an article called Gourmet Magazine Rates the Country's Top Soup Kitchens. No, Meese did get to the party, and he told that old-fashioned story about Scrooge and the little freeloader, Tiny Tim. Thought I'd try it. Have you finished? No, you don't do your shopping until...
New Year's Eve day.
Yeah. What do you mean New Year's Eve day? You get off pretty
Sometimes
easy.
I celebrate so much it gets to be New Year's
Yes,
Eve.
that's true. I'm all set today. I hung my stocking on the pier. I'm all set for Christmas. Santa surfed in now. Little sad news on television. One of NBC's shows, I believe, Mr. Smith. Have you seen? How many saw that show? Well, that's one of the problems, I guess. It starred an orangutan. And it was canceled today.
Yeah.
But, no, I know. Don't worry about Mr. Smith. He's back at the programming department at NBC. NBC actually lost a lot of money with Mr. Smith. They lost a fortune buying tattoos, old suits, and letting out the sleeves. Did you see that? It was on the front page of the Herald Examiner today about people who get divorced are more likely to die than married people?
Yes.
Yeah. Everything's going great so far this year. Anyway, tonight we have a great show. We have Mr. Jack Lemmon, one of the finest actors in the world here. We have a very amusing young comedian. Will Shriner is with us. Yeah, probably. And Mr. Humble, Buddy Rich, is here tonight to play for you. And a few other surprises. So thanks for coming. We'll be right back. Thank you. Whoopee. Thank you.
To one of our phone factories where we make the phones we sell in fine stores all over. From touch calling phones to cordless models to phones with memory to anything else you can imagine. All designed, assembled, checked, and rechecked by both man and machine. And all made from thousands of parts from the ultra-simple to the ultra-sophisticated. Yet despite all this technology, every phone we sell is still made with one part that's almost 100 years old. Our name, GTE.
For years, the English have been telling you that Harveys can only be sipped after dinner in these silly little glasses. Look here, and I shall expose the truth. This is an English Christmas party. These people find Harveys delicious straight up, over ice, or with a wedge of lime. Their greatest fear is that the Americans will find out, drink it all, and leave them dry. Watch. A Peter Coke for American television. Need I say more?
Give Harveys the taste you don't have to sip to enjoy.
Thank you. Welcome back. We have Jack Lemmon tonight, Will Shriner, Buddy Rich. You know, I was actually out the other day in the stores. It is madness out there.
Yes.
The economy,
It'll be
I
the
guess.
biggest season ever, apparently.
That's what they say. The people in the stores are very happy.
Pretty back here. The poinsettias, we have to say that right. And we
Yeah,
always
for
pronounce
years
it.
I used to say...
mispronounced that for years.
I used to say poinsettias, which they should be,
Yes.
right?
Some words are better the way we mispronounce them.
You know why I think I said that? It was the song, Poinciana.
Yeah.
And every time I see one of these, I want to say
Yeah.
poinsettia.
Beautiful. That scene is great. That's your old house, isn't it?
Yeah. Where, back in
Yeah,
the...
there you go.
Yeah. What, now, these are poinsettias. Where do they come from? Does somebody send these to us, or?
Pittsburgh.
What are you talking about, Pittsburgh?
Poinsettias from Pittsburgh.
No, well, we get the daffodils from...
Puyallup.
Puyallup?
Puyallup?
Puyallup or Puyallup?
Puyallup.
Washington. Puyallup? Yeah, they send the daffodil from the Daffodil Festival. I thought maybe they sent this from the poinsettia.
A member of our staff will know. Where do they come from?
They don't know. Okay. Maybe John Shrum just lined them up.
Yes.
They're beautiful. Will those last through the holiday?
Absolutely.
All right. Have you... What do you mean, no?
No, if not, we'll get some more from Pittsburgh.
What's going on around here tonight? Have you been watching any of the television season yet? The specials are on. Now, Christmas is a lovely time of year, but they do have
A lot.
a lot of Christmas specials. Everybody has got one. Here are a few of them. No, these are for real, folks. No, they used to start them about a week or two before Christmas. Now Thanksgiving is over and they start the Christmas specials. Did you know there's Andy Williams going to be with us this week?
Yes, sir.
Okay, he's got a special called Christmas in Washington. With Andy Williams, Leslie Uggams, and Julio Iglesias. Bob Hope's Merry Christmas. Well, Bob always would have one. With Brooke Shields, of course. John Forsythe and Catherine Bach. Johnny Cash Christmas. From 1983 with the members of the family. Christmas Comes to Pac-Land. Now this is a real show. This is special. Santa crashes his sleigh in Pac-Land, and it's up to the local inhabitants to rescue Santa's toys from the ghost monsters. The Mac Davis special, The Music of Christmas. Gladys Knight and the Pips. Deck the halls with wacky walls. Now, this show was inspired by a plastic toy. Have you seen that stuff you throw against walls?
And a brook and a rolls.
Yeah, they got a special on that. The Bear Who Slept Through Christmas.
Right.
Tommy Smothers is the voice of Ted E. Bear. Get it? Ted E. Bear. A cub who gives up hibernation to search for the holiday spirit. The Best Christmas Pageant Ever, a story about a group of rowdy, scruffy, fatherless waifs who sign up for the Sunday school Christmas play on the small miracle that happens. Leprechaun's Christmas Gold. John Schneider's Christmas Holiday. Isn't he from the Dukes of Hazzard?
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna crash your car for Christmas. He goes out to some. Those are just a small amount of the Christmas specials.
There are others besides that?
What?
There are others? Possibly more outlandish than those?
Some that may not even be on.
Oh, that outlandish.
They kind of overdid it. We have some outtakes or some still photographs of those Christmas special outtakes. My mind is on hold tonight. Watch the monitor and let me explain why some of these didn't make it. Here was a Christmas special called Nell Carter Live at the Santa Monica Pier. In this scene, Nell belts out the perennial holiday favorite, Jingle Buns. Here's an unusual holiday special, Christmas at the YMCA. Here we see an unemployed bellhop telling what he wants for Christmas to a man who claims to be the illegitimate son of Santa Claus. Didn't make it. Musical special, Perry Como in Lawrence, Kansas. I told you this was a terrible idea, and they shot it down immediately. A musical variety hour hosted by a pair of lovable vagrants called I'll Be Homeless for Christmas. These are kind of sad, aren't they? Special produced by the California Highway Patrol called Rudolph the Red-Nosed Motorist. In this scene, a motorcycle cop sings to a man he's just pulled over, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, I'm tossing you in the drunk tank tonight. I don't know. There's a special here at Muscle Beach. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Family Christmas. In this scene, Arnold builds a tree out of his kid brothers. Told you these just wouldn't get on. Musical special aimed at bigots called Frosty the Klansman. It's exactly why it didn't get on. That's why we wanted to show you. Not that these are humorous. Maybe I started out the wrong way. These were to show you the terrible ideas that come up that didn't get on. But humor, if we get any humor out of it, that's gravy.
We could sure use some gravy.
Okay. This one is called The Grinch Who Ate Santa's Bag. In this scene, a receptionist at Weight Watchers tries to get him to spit up a Cabbage Patch Kid in an Atari video game. Didn't get on.
Didn't get on.
Many Christmas specials feature the families of celebrities. Here's one you don't want to miss, Christmas in Baja, starring Glenn Campbell's grandfather. Here, Grandpa Campbell entertains the clan by belching the little drummer boy. That's why it didn't get on. Humor is extra. From the producers of the classic film Miracle on 34th Street comes Miracle on Santa Monica Boulevard. I don't even... Humor just is extra. Oh, yes. Is it?
Yes.
You know about this? All right, here's a word from Clairol Custom Care Curler with a velvety soft surface that is gentle to your hair.
In the past, curling irons were instruments that tortured your hair until it behaved. But now, Clairol's invented a gentler method of persuasion, the remarkable new Clairol Custom Care Curler and Brush. Instead of hot metal, there's a revolutionary surface as soft as velvet that caresses your hair into an ocean of curls and gives you a beautiful way to unwind. The new Clairol Custom Care Curler and Brush. Clairol made them velvet soft, so you'll never have to be hard on your hair.
We're making it over again.
Color that's easy. Color that conditions the most.
make it happen. Nice and easy. It sells the most. It conditions the most.
Hi, how's it going?
Opium Perfume by Yves Saint Laurent. Available at the fragrance counter at fine department stores. Kuros for Men by Yves Saint Laurent. Available at the men's fragrance bar at fine department stores.
Thank you, Tom. We are back. Will Schreiner here, Buddy Rich tonight. I always think, every time Jack Lemmon is on the show, I always think I embarrass him a little bit by the introduction because I think he's such a superb actor because everything he does, he makes seem absolutely effortless. He can play comedy, he can play humor. He's a two-time Oscar winner. He just completed a starring role in the movie Mass Appeal. He's currently starring in a play here in Los Angeles at the Amundsen Theater, which will be there till January 22nd, called A Sense of Humor. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Jack Lemmon.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming by.
Thank you. My pleasure.
I know this is your stop on the way to the theater tonight because you have to perform tonight.
Yeah.
Is it getting comfortable now? You've been on a run for about, what, 2 weeks or a week?
It was very tough at first. It was the toughest play I've been in, just physically and emotionally.
Yeah.
But I'm getting a little more used to it now. So it's sort of like going to the gym for a few hours and working out.
Yeah, I always admire,
It's satisfying.
and I've said this before, actors who can go on a play where basically you're doing the same dialogue every night. You don't have a chance to improvise and have to keep that intensity up there.
Yeah.
How do you manage to
It's
do it
the
when you've
toughest
played
part.
it time after time after time?
Well, I've got a wonderful cast, I
Right.
must say, and I'm not just saying this because...
Estelle Parsons, I know.
To say it,
Right.
they are, with Estelle Parsons and Polly Holliday and Cliff James. I think it may be the best cast I've ever worked with
Right.
in my whole life, even though there's just 4 people. They're superb. Well, 3 out of the 4 are superb.
No.
What
no.
they'll say about the Hinge, I don't know. Anyhow, but I plot well.
Yeah. But you're going to take this, take it into Broadway?
Well, not till February. So we're still working and we're still changing, which keeps
Yeah.
it fresh. Still working on it. Also, I don't know, everybody has their own way of psyching themselves up.
Right.
I just keep saying to myself, look, hey, tonight, whether you've done it 6 or 8 months, like the last play I did for over a year, tribute. And I just had to keep saying, it's opening night for them.
Yeah,
the people that
everybody-
are out there.
Yeah.
And then I haven't turned the gain up. They have the little speakers in the dressing room, so you can hear the lines from the stage when you're not on, so you won't miss a cue. But you can also hear the audience. So I haven't turned it all the way up about 15 minutes before curtain.
Did you ever miss a cue at a play where you're supposed to come out on a scene and just miss it?
Yeah. It's the worst feeling. Then once you do get on, you don't remember the line at all because you're so desperate about what you've done, about having missed it. It's the worst thing that can happen to an actor.
In other words, you're sitting backstage and you're not in the scene, but it's coming up to it.
Yeah.
And you just forget that.
And suddenly the cue comes and you're not paying attention. And woo!
What do you do? Make a mad dash to the
that
stage?
2-minute dash to the stage is an hour.
What do the
It's
other
like one
actors
in a
do
mile.
out there? I've often wondered.
A lot of fainting goes on. Ad-lib, whatever. I don't know what they did the few times that I have missed them in my lifetime, but everybody does sooner or later. You do. It's like going up in your lines. You do that.
I've told this story before, but I don't think you've heard it, so forgive me for repeating it. I did Tunnel of Love a long time ago, replaced Tom Ewell back in the 50s. And there was a 3-scene play. And in the middle of the second scene, the lady, who was the next-door neighbor, walked in thinking it was the 3rd act.
Oh.
Just walked on stage, thinking she was in that scene. And the guy's name was Jordan Bentley. And we look over, and here's this lady standing there. And he looks at me, and I look at him. And I said, whatever the lady's name was, I says, Agatha, please, Bill and I are having a conversation. Could you come back later? And she went, oh, yes, and it looked perfectly, and she walked off stage. We sat there. She was in the wrong scene.
Oh.
That really... Yeah. This is, the sense of humor is really not as much a comedy, is it? It's a serious play.
It's terribly funny,
right,
if you can be funny about a tragedy that happens in a couple's lives. But it is basically, it's a drama with comedy. That's one of the things that appeal to me. It's very difficult to find something like that. A la The Apartment, for instance, going way back as a film of comedy and drama, or tribute of comedy and drama.
Right.
And I love them both. I have no preference in playing it. This has both.
Yeah.
And fortunately, it's working. Audiences love it.
How about you when you're out on the road now? If you're going to travel, you go to New York. Does that create any problems? I mean, being away from home?
Yeah, it's tough. I think it's why I love the theater, and obviously I love films. I've concentrated on those more than theater in the last couple of decades. But I would play on Broadway, for instance, more if it didn't mean uprooting the whole family. And Courtney, for instance, who's 17, is still in school. And it's tough because you do have to be separated. Felice comes with me, then comes back, and goes back and forth.
Are you superstitious like many actors, especially in the theater? I don't know why that is. People who work in theater seem to have certain superstitions that maybe movie actors don't have, or theater tradition.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
None at all?
But a lot of people really are, and they take it very, very seriously.
In other words, they won't go on the stage without doing a certain pattern thing every night.
No. I scream a lot, and do a little fainting, like I said first, or whatever, but then I go on. I don't know what I do. I am very nervous before I go on, even after all these years. But it's good, because I think that I really mean it. Without a little fear, without being a little nervous, I don't think you can do your best work.
I've never believed actors who say, I never get nervous before I go out. Something is wrong there. I guess the adrenaline has to flow a little bit.
It's like the ones who say, I never read the critics, I don't care.
Sure.
Baloney. Sure they care.
Did you always want to be an actor? I mean, was that the only goal you ever had? Anything else you wanted to do besides acting?
No, I had a funny thing happen to me. Have you got an hour?
Sure.
I don't have
every night.
An hour and a half. No, this is a true story. When I don't remember, I was so young, I don't remember the exact age, but it could not have been more than 9, maybe 8, possibly 7. But I was going to school just outside of Newton, Mass., outside of Boston. And God bless. I knew it was a good house. There was a school play. I was not in it, and I got to school one morning, and it was going to be after lunch that day at school. And the teacher came up to me, who was directing the play, putting it on, and said, Charlie such and such, whatever, is sick. And you're going to have to play his part. Well, that's in about 5 hours. And he had about 20 lines. It was just one monologue. Right. He was alone on the stage, walked out to the center, faced the students and the teachers, and gave this monologue. And I said, well, gee, I can't remember this. She said, that's all right. Now, we'll take this hour. And so you learn as much of it as you can. I will be in the wings. And then you walk over to me when you forget and just ask me. I'll give you the line. I'll whisper the line. Then you go back to center stage and you do it. I said, okay. Well, now, Charlie Hoo-Hoo there was about 6'2" at 9 years old. And he was wearing this huge black Western hat and a cape that came down to about his ankles. Well, when I put this stuff on, the hat came down, it was down to here, and the cape was like Marie Antoinette making an entrance. It was just ridiculous. So they started laughing before I even opened my mouth. I only had remembered about 2 lines. And I came to center stage, petrified, and I said, back in from Saint-Saint-Amaton, whatever it was,
nothing.
And I walked over. And I just tilted, and he said the line, and I walked, but I started to laugh. And then I said the next line, and I forgot the next one after that. So I just kept going back and forth, and back and forth. But a terrible thing happened. While they were laughing, instead of getting embarrassed, some little voice said, I think I like this. I was getting attention. It's that simple. I don't think talent will out. I think that when kids are very young, very often, if they fall into something
and you like
and
that
get
reaction,
attention, they will do it.
You're absolutely right.
And from then on, I wanted to be
hooked. You were hooked.
I really did. Yeah.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Stay where you are.
Chanel, number 19. Witty. Chanel, number 19. Confident. Chanel, number 19. Devastatingly feminine. Number 19, the outspoken Chanel. Aren't you curious about a fragrance with that kind of style?
The MGM Grand Reno.
Does it again.
It's showtime at the Grand.
And it's fantastic.
You get a great room.
And the cocktail performance of Don Arden's Hello, Hollywood, Hello.
The price?
Here it comes.
One night plus a show.
Just $29 per person, double occupancy.
See your travel agent or call toll-free now.
800-648-5080.
Gotta go.
MGM Grand Reno. This is what the best is all about.
5 years ago, a family of wines came along that completely changed the American wine business. Its name was Taylor California Cellars, and it gave America something it didn't have. Wines of extraordinary quality at an affordable price. Wine expert after wine expert has recognized that quality. And today, millions of people, drinkers of Inglenook, Almaden, and other California wines, are drinking Taylor California Cellars. Are they better wines? Judge for yourself.
Oh, thank you, Tom. That's great. We're talking with Jack Lemmon. We'll talk to you a little while before you have to run to the theater again. You're going to be here, then you're going to go to San Francisco, you said.
Yeah,
travel.
here to San Francisco and then to New York.
Then to New York. We've talked about this before. A lot of actors will take from movies the wardrobe. Sometimes they get it. Did you ever take anything else from a set? I mean, as a memento,
Sure.
Keepsake?
Sure.
Like what?
Yeah, all kinds of things. Then I find out sometimes those marvelous-looking things aren't built quite the way they were. 1,000 years ago, I did a picture called, well, almost a thing, called Under the Yum Yum Tree.
Oh, sure.
And it was a But anyway, Freddie Brisson, who was producing, finally said, okay, you can take this chandelier. I was nuts about this chandelier. It weighed about 50 pounds. And it was hanging on this big, beautiful chain. It was a beautiful thing. I brought it home and put it in. It fell down in 2 minutes and went through the floor. Through the bloody floor, down into the kitchen. It cost me about $600 to have the floor replanted. I never dared tell him because he was so nice of him to give it to me. But I've taken little things, little mementos just for me that are small enough, like things on a wall that would remind you, you know, of the film when it's been a pleasant experience.
I think we touched on this once before. I asked you what was the most difficult scene that you ever filmed. And I think it was from Days of Wine and Roses.
Oh, God.
When you did that, Charlie Bickford, right? Charles Bickford, Lee Remick, and you were going through withdrawal from alcoholism, and you had stashed a pint of whiskey in the greenhouse.
I have a memory.
Yeah, and it was row 5, plant down 3.
Exactly.
Remember, and you got up at night and went out in this driving rainstorm into this greenhouse. And it was a memorable scene, but I understand there was more to that than...
Well, Blake Edwards was directing, and he rightfully felt, as I did, the only way to do the scene, and it was about a 4 or 5 minute scene, was to do it from the top every time.
Right.
Now, he's already drunk, which is why he can't remember. Is it row 3, bottle 4, aisle 2, or plant 4, etc. And he gets all mixed up, and he's drunk. And now he gets furious and mad, frustrated, paranoid, and so forth. Falls down, screaming, falls out of the greenhouse, into the rain, back. But it has to be in one. You can't pick it up in the middle.
Yeah.
And we did it all day long. I lost between 5 to 6 pounds, and I was considerably younger. And I felt great going home because I knew that it was good, and everybody was so pleased. And I came in on the set the next morning saying, the toughest scene is all done, and the place was a mausoleum. I mean, everybody was just sitting like this. The film had been ruined in the lab.
Oh.
And we had to do it all over. I will never know if it worked, thank heaven. I'll never know if it was as good the second day as it was the first.
I don't know how you could have been any better than that.
That's the only time I've known that happened. But
if that's what we saw and you were worried about the other being good, I don't know how it could be any better.
Oh,
it was a sensational scene.
Kind.
How about that scene in Mr. Roberts when you went down and put the dynamite caps in the laundry?
Oh, yeah.
And all of the stuff.
Fulminated mercury.
Fulminated mercury. And the whole thing went up. Yeah, terrific. And you came up covered with...
Yeah. There was a dear friend of mine, Dick Crockett, also doubled me as a stunt double because it was very tough to walk through the tunnel of the ship through soap suds. I mean, the entire thing was filled with soap suds after the explosion in the laundry. But I did it the first one, and Dick did the second about 3 or 4 times, and we didn't realize there was something that they kept it to keep the soap consistent. Because regular soap, you know, well, first of all, you had acres of it, and the thing, and there was some chemical in it And I blew up like a balloon, my eyes
you
shut.
mentioned that.
I was out for 3 or
Allergic or
4
something to
days.
it.
Yeah, hospital time. We didn't know what had happened. I was worried about my eyes and everything. And nobody, it was not an oversight or the studio being careless. It wasn't that. There was just something that nobody anticipated in it. Poor Crockett was 2 weeks, I think.
Was that your
trying to
favorite? Was that
recover
your
from
favorite
it.
picture?
It's certainly one of them, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have a favorite. I've been awfully lucky.
Well,
I
you
really
say you've
have.
been lucky, but
No, but I mean in getting some great parts
Right.
that have worked and
Right.
where the films have worked, you know. It's very, very difficult to pick one.
yeah.
And especially between comedies and dramas and stuff.
Before you leave, because you do this every time you're on the show, and I always shove you into it.
What?
Jack is a very skilled piano player.
Oh.
You know, no, that's not average. Very skilled. So you better be good, kid. Why don't you? I know you got to run with the theater. Go over with a band and noodle something, will you?
Yes, you feel that you can overcome
Yes,
anything.
certainly. You can do this.
I'm glad they're applauding now, because that may be it. Oh, Lordy.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you. Good night, Ed. The play is called The Sense of Humor at the Amazon. We'll be back with Will Shriner, Buddy Rich.
It seems like the closer it gets to Christmas, the more names I have on my list. I'm glad Mervyn's has lots of things on sale this week. Their entire stock of copperware is 40 to 50% off. Copper makes such nice gifts, and Mervyn's has such low prices. There are lots of things I can buy for under $10, and everything is 40 to 50% off. You know, I just remembered someone else, but I know just what to get from Mervyn's, your Christmas value store.
Let the famous chef tell using a microwave oven?
I heard that. See? A perfect roast.
Yes, with the micro-go-round, foods cook evenly. No hot or cold spots. It does the turning for you. And for fresh perked coffee, microwave fast, yet old-fashioned good, see the 2 to 5 cup microwave coffee brewer. The new way to brew and the micro-go-round, both by Nordic Ware.
Now available at Service Merchandise and Payless Drugstore.
Thank you, Tom. We are back. My next guest has been with us several times before. Will Schreiner's a young comedian who got started on David Letterman's morning show a couple of years back. He is from Indiana originally, and he works out material at both the Improvisation in Hollywood and the Comedy Magic Club in Hermosa Beach. Would you welcome Will Schreiner? Will?
Hello, I'm excited to be here. It's almost Christmas. I was out today doing a little Christmas shopping. I was shopping on Hollywood Boulevard, which is kind of a strange place to Christmas shop. I saw the police strip searching a guy, and 5 other guys got in line. I live in Hollywood now, and it takes a little getting used to. I live on Sunset Boulevard, like 4 or 5 hookers west of Fairfax there. And my neighborhood, there's a lot of punk rockers. And punk, I think, is big, so ugly kids can be popular, too, you know? 'Cause, who looks good in a blue mohawk, anyway? There's a lot of crime in my neighborhood, and on my block, we have Neighborhood Watch. Are you familiar with this? This is where certain neighbors watch for me to come home while other neighbors ransack my house. I got fed up with the crime, so I did something about it. The police out here, they sponsor a free training program where you can have your dog trained to be a police dog. And I put him through this program. I come home the other night, he wasn't there. I got nervous. I went out looking for him. I finally found him at Winchell's Donut Shop. You have that problem, too, I see. The other thing about Los Angeles, you spend a lot of time in your car. And I drive a motorhome now because it gives me a place to live while I'm looking for a place to park, generally. I made the first step to becoming a Californian. I went down to the Department of Motor Vehicles, and I got my California driver's license. And I went to the DMV in Hollywood, which they have a lot of options when you get your license. For an extra $10, you can have your picture taken with the people you stood in line with. Get your picture taken up on a donkey, whatever you want. It's... And I had to take all of the tests. I had to take the driving test, the written test, the eye test, and I'm standing in line for the eye test, and the guy behind me in line is with the ugliest woman I've ever seen. They made him take the eye test 3 times. Then I took the driving test, and I did okay on that, and then I did something you can do when you get your license renewed. After I took the driving test, before I went in to get my license, I went out to my car, I got a couple of 6-packs out, I drank them down, and then I went in and I had my picture taken. This way, if I ever get pulled over one New Year's Eve and I've been drinking... The cop will look at my license, gee, you look okay to me, go ahead. I'm feeling older now. I joined a health club the other day. It's not a great health club. It's Eddie's World of Fat. And it's only $12 for the lifetime membership. So, you know, they don't have the best equipment. And they're not committed to getting you into shape. And you can tell when you go in the place. All the exercycles have ashtrays on them. You tell them how much weight you want to lose. They just set the scales back for you. It's great. They take you on a tour of the place in a little electric cart, and it looks great. The running track, too, what that is, it's a big circular conveyor belt, and you just stand on it for a while. You got to do something to stay in shape because you get lazy. I got cable TV at home, so I tend to sit home. There's always something on. I got 24-hour news. I got 24-hour sports. I just got Gillavision, which is 24 hours of Gilligan's Island. And some of the movies on cable TV, where do they get these? They were in a theater maybe 2 days. You can see them 400 times on HBO now. A movie the other night was so bad, I walked out of my own house. And, But I've had a busy week. I went to the circus this week. The circus is in town, and it's out in Newhall, and it's not like the circus I remember. I mean, the Ringling Brothers Circus, this was a very cheap, kind of sleazy circus. Circus Larry, it was called. Very depressing. The day I was there, 2 elephants had run away and joined the zoo. A lot of problems. A lot of problems. The fat lady was anorexic. They had these they had no acts. They had this high wire act, trapeze act, the Flying Feinbergs. It was an elderly Jewish couple with luggage that had just come in from Miami, and they come out, they wave to the crowd, that's it, they go home. They had a freak show. I paid $2 to see the half alligator man. I go in there, it's a guy sitting there in a wrinkled Lacoste shirt. I love amusement parks. I'm looking forward to going to Disneyland now. That's in Japan, and I was reading an article about it. It's apparently just like the one here in California, but some of the rides are a little different. They have the Pirates of Pearl Harbor, Snow White and the Seven Samurai. The one that's real popular, the Haunted Photomat. Just big. You guys are great tonight. I was kind of not feeling good this morning, and I bought some of this new generic medicine, just a bottle marked pills. Anyway, you've been great. Thanks a lot. Good night.
Will Schreiner. Good stuff. Thank you, Will.
Yeah.
That's very funny stuff. Good. We'll be right back. Stay where you are. Good shot.
Good, Will.
Boom. Good.
Stores advertise holiday sales on selected items. Gemco has low prices every day on every item, like the Norelco digital scale with detachable display and LED readout. Other stores may try and match Gemco's $37.97 price, but Gemco has it for that price every day. And this Norelco Rototrack razor with 45 twin-action blades, 9 comfort settings, and pop-out trimmer is priced just as low, only $39.97 every day. For savings and selection this Christmas, shop Gemco.
Dear Bob, you're on your own tonight. Don't forget dinner for the kids.
No problem, burgers and fries.
P.S. No burgers and fries.
No problem, because Jack in the Box has complete dinners, like tender ocean shrimp, white meat chicken, and juicy sirloin steak, all served with wedge fries, salad, and garlic bread, and all packed to go.
Well, how'd it go?
No problem.
Now buy any dinner and get a free steak knife from Jack in the Box restaurants.
My next guest, you all know, Buddy is completing a tour with Frank Sinatra. Buddy will be appearing at the San Diego Civic Center tomorrow night, Wednesday, December the 14th, at the Long Beach Civic Center on Thursday, December the 15th. Would you welcome, please, Mr. Buddy Rich?
Oh, yeah.
You're looking good.
I feel good, thank you.
You feel good?
Yeah, I feel great.
Yeah. No problems from the,
Nope.
From that operation you had?
No, that's passed.
Was that a year ago?
Be a year in January.
Yeah.
January 28th.
You're looking better than ever.
Thank you. Feel good.
Yeah. You've been on tour with Frank. Where?
We've been on tour with Mr. Sinatra now for almost a year. We started last year in the Dominican Republic.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's
And
a big
then-
special.
Yeah, the television thing. And we've been all over the place.
Didn't you room with him at one time?
A long time ago. We both were Tommy Dorsey's band.
Yeah. How was that? You two were...
It was swell.
weren't the easiest guys to get along with in those days.
Oh, we got along real good up
Yeah.
until the time we didn't get along. It was nice.
Really?
Yeah, it was really nice. Right after, let's see, he'd been on the band about 3 or 4 weeks. Joined the band in Chicago, where I joined the band
Right.
at the Palmer House.
You're talking about in the 40s,
Yeah,
obviously.
it was actually 1939.
Well, that would be the 30s, then, wouldn't it?
Almost. It's almost the 40s. You gonna start with me?
No.
I'm trying to be...
You're so nice tonight.
I'm trying to be cool, man.
What is it?
What do you want me to do?
What is it, the holiday season that brings out this warmth?
Merry Christmas.
Well, Merry Christmas to you.
And to
Merry
you.
Christmas.
Well, why not? Merry Christmas.
Ho, ho, ho.
All right. Okay.
That's enough of that, huh?
Want a room with me? I'm a swell guy.
When you were a kid now.
What?
Did you go to the department stores and sit on Santa's lap?
No, I didn't do that.
Oh.
No, I don't do that. I wait till, like you do after New Year's.
Right.
I'll do my shopping then.
But didn't you do those? Well, you were always working as a kid.
Yeah, always working. Still working.
Well,
I don't like to shop. I don't like to do that.
Well, what do you do for Christmas? Do you get gifts for
Nothing,
people?
nothing. No, I don't get anything. I don't
Nothing
give
at all?
anything. No. It's really cold.
What a warm time of year. Oh, come on now. You're putting me on.
No, seriously. I give Kathy a couple of bucks, go out and buy something.
It's warm. That's sweet.
And give Marie what's left. And go on that way. Actually, I don't do any shopping.
Really?
No, I don't really like to. It's first of all, I don't know what to buy. I don't know what kind of things to buy. She wants a house.
You want to buy what?
I got a Rolls, right?
You?
Yeah.
You have a Rolls Royce?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
You're a car nut, aren't you?
Yes, I love cars.
Right.
Okay. I got home yesterday.
Right.
Right. I've been on the road now for 3 months. And I said to Marie, what would you like for Christmas? And she said, there's a Rolls downstairs, right? She wants a new Rolls. I can't afford the one I've got.
Yeah.
She wants a new one.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to buy her one of those. I'm going to go to the Toys R Us.
Oh, get one of those
little Rolls, and baby should be happy with it.
Oh, yeah, that'll go down real well.
That'd be nice?
Sure.
Good.
Are you gonna play something? We got some drums set up over there.
Are those for me?
Well, yeah. Would you like?
Where's Jack? He's in with us.
No.
He sounded really good.
Yeah, didn't he?
Yeah, he sounded really good. I didn't know he played that good.
Yeah, Jack's a good player.
One of these nights, you and I are going to play.
Oh, no.
Yeah, we're going to play four.
Not with you and Shaughnessy in there. We'll play fours. Maybe eights. No, you go ahead.
Come on.
No, you go ahead. I'm going to watch them here. You go. No. Hey. Give me an A. Hey.
Tell a story about this guy?
Yeah.
Huh? You joined my band about 10 years ago. You've been on the band about 5 minutes. And I looked over and I said, give me an A. And he went, hey. And I went, you're fired. Right? You never got a job, did you?
test pilot Chuck Yeager for AC Delco.
In a high-performance fighter, we go from the griddle to more than 20 degrees below in just seconds. Well, here's an all-weather fighter for your car, the new Delco Freedom Dura Power battery. Hot or cold, it's got the starting power you can depend on. With a Freedom battery, you never need to add a drop of water.
Get a Delco Freedom battery starting at $39.95 for a 40 series. Call 800 AC Delco.
Kate and I believe in solid things with real value. So we've invested a lot in this great old place. But I still saved enough to give Kate diamonds this Christmas. And I made the most of it at Zales. I got a great buy, and Zales' 90-day refund policy. And this, she'll love it.
This is for you.
And this is for you.
Zales, the diamond store, is all you need to know for Christmas.
Tonight's show continues. Tomorrow at 4, that morning cup of coffee may get you going, but it might not be all that healthy. TGI4.
Seiko, for special times, special places, special people. Affordable Seiko quartz clocks.
I'm looking for jeans that really fit.
Try Lee.
You bet I will. Fit like a glove.
Mike, all you have to do is look for the patch.
Lee jeans are available at all Mervyn's department stores.
JCPenney has a hot tip on keeping warm. The portable Presto quartz heater at only $34.99. You can have one for every room. The Presto quartz heater at larger Bay Area JCPenney stores.
Hey, it's good to see you. Tomorrow night, you're going to be with Frank at the San Diego Civic Center?
San Diego, yeah.
And then
Thursday night, Long Beach.
Long Beach.
Yeah.
Great to see you.
Great to see you.
Have a happy Christmas if I don't see you
Thank
before
you
then. Tomorrow night, Alan King will be with us and Miss Donna Summer. See you then. Good night.
On Late Night with David Letterman, meet musician Slim Whitman, actress Candy Clark, and comedian Elaine Boozler. Tomorrow night, it's a real people Christmas with a look at some of the most expensive gifts in the world. Then see the facts of life, family ties, and St. Elsewhere.